So I think we're very lucky with Ian because he understands and is interested in the subject in its own right. And I think the main thing he gives us is by being approachable. So I've never felt that we couldn't go to him with something. And he always makes time for us, despite having probably one of the busiest day jobs in the bank. So I think, you know, we respect his time. We make sure that when we go to him, you know, we've got something meaningful to say. We're not afraid to ask him for something. You know, if we need his support, we need his help. But we kind of, you know, we need to manage our expectations of him properly so that we're not taking advantage of him or trying to, you know, get him to do stuff that would not fit in with the broader needs of the bank. But I have to say, you know, he's always been there for us in the ways that matter. So, you know, he will put himself forward to speak at events. He will, you know, he'll turn up and listen when we've got something to say to him. He's been very supportive of our plans. He's helped us with our strategy. So, you know, what we get is a voice at the very top of the house. We get the guidance of someone who works on extremely complex business strategies and plans every day, and we get that insight into our business plans. And someone who's passionate about the subject. And I think those would be the three big things for me that really make his sponsorship work for us.
That's really lovely to hear.
Alia, you're way too generous as well.
And Ian, what about you? What do you see your main function as an executive sponsor?
Well, I have to say, Alia is way too generous. I don't think I do that much, but I do like to try and support. So I've never turned any meeting down because there's always been a really good topic to discuss. Nobody calls me up and says, look, let's have a catch up and just a chat. There's always a purpose or a real need. And what I can do is I can take the issue to the top of the house. And it's interesting actually just to explain, I'm the co-joint sponsor of Ability. So there's two of us. So Ewan Stevenson, our group chief financial officer, who happens to be deaf on one side, is also a co-chair, and I get more involved in the UK side because I'm based here. But we're always trying to escalate something to say, look, this is the right thing to do for our people, it's the right thing to do for business, so we need to push it quite hard. And I maybe push it a little bit harder than maybe others, but I feel that's my responsibility on behalf of the team. I am interested in the topic though. I mean, that is true. I've got 4 children and 3 carry some form of disability. One post-meningitis, which is tragic, but 2 others genetic who have got really bad eyesight. So they're great kids, do not get me wrong, and they would not want any sympathy at all. But one of them, for example, couldn't work for HSBC. Now, that's wrong. I mean, of course you should be able to work for HSBC, but just the technology that we use wouldn't allow my child to enlarge screens to read things. That's an easy fix in 2021. You know, we shouldn't be having these barriers to employing talent into our bank. So, you know, by really focusing in on some of these things, we can make a difference.